Welcome to Study Loop.
So in this question, we understand that nitrogen entering a converging diverging nozzle, okay, is entering a converging diverging nozzle experiences a normal shock. Now the pressure, the temperature, the velocity, the Mach number, and the stagnation pressure downstream of the shock are to be determined. Now, the results are to be compared. This is for nitrogen, right? Has to be compared with the same properties of air. So this is what is there in the question. So first thing that all the assumptions that go that they're ideal. Here, but one thing that here we have to understand that the flow through the nozzle is steady. It's one dimensional. It's isentropic. It is an ideal gas, and the nozzle is adiabatic. We take the properties of nitrogen as R equals to 0.297 kilojoule per kg and K equals to 1.4. Now the stagnation properties in this case are identical to the inlet properties since the inlet velocity is negligible. That means Vi we can tell almost equals to 0. So assuming the flow before the shock to be isentropic, we can write it to be P01 equals to Pi equals to 620 kilopascal and T01 equals to Ti equals to 310 Kelvin. Hence, we get that T1 equals to T01 into 2 upon 2 plus K minus 1 Ma1 square, which is equals to 110.7 Kelvin, and P1 equals to P01 into T1 upon T01 raised to K upon K minus 1, which is equal to 16.88 kilopascal. Now, the fluid properties after the shock is denoted by subscript 2 and are related to those before shock through the functions listed in table A33. You have to see that. So in this case, for Ma1 equals to 3, we read that Ma2 equals to 0.4752, P02 upon P01 equals to 0.32834. Then we have P2 upon P1 equals to 10.333. T2 upon T1 equals to 2.679. Now, the stagnation pressure, that is P02 is equals to 204 kilopascal. The static pressure is 174 kilopascal from the equation. T2 is 297 Kelvin. Now the velocity after shock can be determined from V2 equals to Ma2C2, where C2 is the speed of sound. So V2 equals to Ma2C2, that equal to Ma2 KRT2, which is equals to 167 meter per second. Now in this case, for air K is 1.4 and now same as nitrogen, right? But R equals to 0.287 kilojoule per Kelvin. Now, that's the only quantity that will be different in this case is the velocity after shock, which would be, this is for nitrogen, and in this case it would be, for air it would be 164 meter per second. This is for air. I hope you